Shares are under pressure, Phil. We're watching that as it weighs on the Dow. What's happening?
Kelly, a lot of news alerts coming from various areas within the last half hour. Let's start first off with the White House. Issuing a statement regarding the strike here at Boeing. The White House saying the administration officials are in touch with Boeing and with the machinists. We encourage them to negotiate in good faith toward an agreement that gives employees the benefits they deserve and makes the company stronger. As you take a look at shares of Boeing, the reason you see the shares ticking lower in the middle of the day, two credit agencies came out and put basically warnings on Boeing's credit rating. Moody's and Fitch both issued warnings. They didn't cut their credit rating, but they did issue warnings about the impact of the strike. Fitch saying if the current strike lasts a week or two, it is unlikely to pressure the rating. However, an extended strike could have a meaningful operational and financial impact, increasing the risk of a downgrade. That's what Fitch had to say. What about the CFO of Boeing, who was speaking at an investor conference earlier today? Here's Brian West talking about the need to conserve cash.
Any impact is going to be dictated by the duration of the work stoppage, which I won't address today. But a strike will impact production and deliveries and operations and will jeopardize our recovery. So our immediate focus is to be laser-like focused on actions to conserve cash, and we will. So we've got a very complex situation that we're resolving.
And it may take some time to resolve that situation. The last strike by the machinists at Boeing lasted 58 days. That was back in 2008. Bottom line is this, Kelly. This could be a strike that goes on over an extended period of time. And as you saw with Fitch, with what it said, a week or two, Boeing can probably recover it and make that up rather quickly. But if it goes beyond that, then you'll see greater pressure on the company, and certainly we could see a credit rating downgrade. Kelly, back to you.
Phil, how would you, when I see the shares moving like this on something that, the ratings agencies are typically kind of coming in to put the nail in the coffin, so to speak, to confirm what a lot of people already know and sense, but give it that extra sheen of concern, what would be the next leg for investors to want to hear from the company and from the CEO who has taken over just a situation with so many different problems to tackle? Is it a strong message from him? Is it, a turn of events? I mean, travel demand seems to be a key plank right now. I can't imagine if that were ever to weaken now as well.
Well, look, there's no issue in terms of the backlog. That's not going to go away. That's not going to change over the course of this strike, whether the strike lasts a week, 3 weeks, 6 weeks. That's not going to change. The issue is going to be whether or not investors see some type of progress. Boeing's management has said, we'd like to get back to the negotiating table. And likely they will with the machinists. How quickly remains to be seen. The question is, how quickly can they bridge the gap between what the rank and file want, which is a 40% raise over 4 years, and what the company is offering, 25% over 4 years? Can they come to an agreement relatively quickly? We'll see. That's going to be what moves the shares next.